Okay. Online students. So online students, check out, guys. Is it clear, my voice? Okay. Right. Last session, we started pseudo columns, right now? Yeah. So one is row ID. So this is what we discussed in the last session. And next one, row nums. So now text hiding row num. Okay, now we can see this. Row num is one more pseudo column or invisible column. And if you want to see your row nums, that means, for example, whatever we have the table. Okay, so suppose you have some rows in a table. Okay, no, these are all assumed just like the rows. And what we have the rows in your table. Okay, on the table. Okay, suppose if you apply or you will be specify this column in your SQL query. Okay, then this row num, what it will do automatically, okay, generated your row numbers. That means how it was generated row numbers here. Each and every row wise row numbers are generated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like this. So when I'm using this column, when I specify this column in my query, this column automatically, okay, generate your row nums, and the row nums will be saved and displayed along with the row num pseudo column. But these numbers are not a permanent. These are not a permanent because these numbers will not save into database. It's just on the operation, on the query. After query execution, it just displaying your numbers, but it cannot be stored. So that's why row numbers are called as a temporary numbers. And every query statement, when you change, your row position numbers also change. So that's why it is a temporary. Permanent means what I said yesterday, row ID. If you write any conditions without condition, anything you can write, but that IDs are never change. Those are permanent. Okay. But these are not like this. If your query statement will change, automatically row nums also change. That's why these are called temporary numbers we called. Okay. Now write down below. To generate to generate the row numbers, the row numbers on numbers on each row wise, or on each group of rows wise automatically. Next point. These numbers are not saved in dates, so that these are temporary numbers. Temporary numbers. So what is the main use of this row num? In which case of situations I need to use row num means it can use, okay? It can use the to perform nth and top n operations on a table. So whenever you want to perform nth and top n operations on a table, then row num is very help us. Okay, so now this is information about row num. Let you see small direct examples on this. So why we called row nums are temporary numbers and why not it is a permanent. Saying this is actually your working table, right? This is our working table information. Suppose on this table, if I just give it here, row num, okay, and comma, emp dot star from emp table, then see automatically your row numbers are generated. Okay. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, the sequence, your sequence row numbers are automatically generate when I'm using this column. Okay, now? Mm. But what I'm saying here, these numbers are not a permanent and these numbers are called as a temporary. Why, sir? For example, when I just call it now, for example, I'm saying here row num, okay, and now emp dot star from emp where suppose I just call department number is equals to 10. When I'm using a specific condition in the query, then see I'm fetching only department number 10 people information. But department number 10 people, how many are there here? The three members we have here actually. But these three members, if you see the row numbers, one is what now? 7, one is 9, one is 14. In this particular query, the row positions of these people, okay, na? The positions are 7, 9, 14. But when I'm calling this statement, when I'm using this statement here, then what it was happening, you can see the same department number, 10 people, but here the positions are changed. So clerk here it will show seventh position, but here it was showing first position. King is ninth position, and here second position. Miller 14 here, but here third position. So that means what you understand here, the way of writing query, the way of writing query, how you return your queries on the syntax query condition wise ropes are changed. These are not permanently saved. It just displaying, that's it, but not any storages. Right down. Okay, so now this is just row numbers we just displayed along with the employee details. Okay, but sir, what is the mean by nth operation and top n operations means what? Okay, let's see. For examples, right? Write a query to fetch the first row from EMP table by using row num. By using row num. Okay, now we can see this. And row num, if you go through this and fetching your first position of row, so you can see this when I'm using row num on entire table, then the row num starts with the one. So the conditions are numbers are generated. And based on this number, I can fetch my first position of row. Then I can say row num is equals to one. So when you comparing the row num column data within your where class condition, then it was checking first row. One equals to one condition is matching, and two equals to one. These are all are false. First condition matching with my first row in the table. Then I can fetch that information successfully. Okay, now this is enter position of row. Like you can fetch here. My first row I'm fetching now. Okay. Now the same as write one more. Now this time I want it to fetch the second position row or second row from EMP table. And how much I want to give now? 2. Okay, right. So this is what we are expected uh, when the first row I use like this, and second row generally, if you are learners, you're expected like row number is equals to 2. But actually, what it was happen when I'm writing like this, observe. So if row number is equals to 2, if I was given, then it say no rows. And not only second position, from the second position onwards, any position of row you can call, then it never show you any information now. Okay, no? Nothing will show you. Okay, it doesn't show you. But when I call row num 1, then it will be fetching your data. So except row num 1 condition, remaining any condition when you try to use, so these conditions are not working. Okay, no? Why, sir? Why your conditions will never consider by Oracle means? The reason is very simple. Okay, what is the reason here? The row num nature, what it will be means, suppose when you apply row num on entire table, there is nothing problem. So it will get first row, first position, second row, second, it will be generated. But your fetching position, which position are you asking? Second position. So second position of row, I need to fetch now. So that's why the which position are you expected from that position, your row num starts with a 1. Okay, now? So that means the which position of row do you want to try to fetch here? From there itself, your row num starts with a 1. It means the second position of row before, which row was there? This row completely disable. That means it never consider. Okay, na? So which position are you asking? From there itself, your counts are started. The previous rows are never count. This is actually the problem of a row num pseudo column. Okay, na? So which position of row are you asking? From there itself, row num starts with the 1 and the before rows completely disables. Okay, so that is the reason what it was happen when you give an row num is equals to 2, but here my row num starts with what now? 1. 1 is equals to 2 condition not matched. By this reason, it was showing what now? No rows. Okay. Same as if I'm asking here, 10th row. 10th row means from here onwards, your row num starts with what? 1. This is considered 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the previous up to 9 rows are not considered. These are disables. So then we are asking row num is equals to 10, but 10 record is not there in Oracle point of view. Our point of view, 10th row is there, but their point of view, 10th row is not there. Their point of view, how many rows? Only 5 rows are there. So this is the problem of row num. That's why any other position conditions will never consider. So then how I can overcome this? Okay, right down below. Say no rows are selected. And below write down one note point. So generally row num pseudo column is is always uh, is always starts with 1 for every selected row from a table. For every selected row from a table. So to overcome, so to overcome this problem, to overcome this problem, we should use the following operators. Operators are less than, comma, less than or equals to, okay, and comma minus. So we should use the following operators are less than, comma, less than or equals to, comma, minus. So these are the three combination of, okay, the operators can be used to avoid this problem. Okay, then what is the solution for this? Let you see this, how to use these operators for to my condition or to our required data to fetching purpose. Let's see. So I wanted exactly second position row. Okay. So as our point of view, This is our table. This is our table and having completed data. And our point of view, our second row is what? Ln. Okay, now? Right. So now how it was prepared here, let's see. The first I'm going to writing here select start from EMP row num. So first operator less than. Suppose if I'm using less than 2, then what happened? Less than 2 means it consider completely table because not equals to 2. I'm using less than 2. Less than 2 means this is first row, this is second row. As per the condition with comparing of first row, 1 less than 2. Condition true. Then that first row only comes to you. If I'm using less than or equals to 2, then two rows will comes to you because less than or equals to 2. So 1 less than or equals to 2, 2 less than or equals to 2. Both row conditions are matched. So this is actually directly, if you use like this, again, this kind of problem I'm facing. So how I want to avoid here, okay, now we can see. I'm using in the left side less than or equals to 2. So less than or equals to 2 means how many rows comes? Two rows. As per this condition, two rows comes. So two rows. And which operator I'm using? Minus. So less than or equals to 2, you can give it. Otherwise, less row num is equals to 1, you can give it. What it was happening here, careful observe. This is my left query and this is my right query. And minus operator already you know. What is the minus operator? It returns which values? Left side. Left side of matching values or unmatching values? Unmatching values. Okay. So left set unmatching values will return which not or which should not be there in a right side. So now as minus operator nature is this, and now this is left, this is left query, this is right query. Left query condition this one, if it was executed, how many rows comes to me? Two rows. That means left side row result is Smith and Allen. Next, I'm using which operator? Minus right query. Right query row num is equal to 1. That means which will come? Smith will come. Then minus what it will do? Unmatching rows from left side that should not be there in a right side. So Smith, suppose if Smith, you can check Smith and Smith there. So this is not a unmatching row. This is a matching row. What is unmatching row? Allen. Allen is the unmatching row, but Allen is there in the right side? No, only left side. So Allen is going to be returns to me. This is minus operator. Why I'm using? Okay, na? To fulfill our requirement, compulsory use minus. Then you got it? Yes. Which position row? Second. Right. Okay, right. So now the same way, you just find out here. Suppose I'm asking next, 10th row. How to find out? Left side condition is what? Less than or equals to 10. Right side? Less than or equals to 9. So left side query condition less than or equals to 10. Right side query condition less than or equals to 9. Otherwise less than 10. If you written like this left and right, it is a left condition. This is a right condition. So left condition execute how many rows will be fetched? 1 to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is left side query result minus right side query result. What now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, then what happened? 9 to 9 is called as a matching. So 1 is to 1, 2 equals to 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to 9. These are all the matching rows. Matching rows. Which is unmatching? 10. So your position 10. You got it? Yes or no? Uh, so now to prepare the condition now, less than or equals to 10 minus less than or equals to 9. Okay, now I'm using 10th row. What is the 10th row? Turner. You can see the 10th row Turner or not? 10th row Turner. So next example, write a query to fetch from fourth row to eighth row from EMP table by using row number. Mm. What is the logic for this? The left side? Left query logic is what? Row num? Think here, think. I want it fourth row to eighth row. I want it. Think your logic in your side. How to write logic for this? First, left side logic. Tell me. Row num greater than. Greater than we are not using only less than operators. Less than or equals to 8. Left side. So row num less than or equals to 8. 1 to 8 displayed in left side. Right side. Less than 4 or less than or equals to 3. If you give less than 4 means 1 to 3. So left side 1 to 8, right side 1 to 3. 1 1 matching, 2 2 matching, 3 3 matching, which is not matching. 4 to 8 is not matching. Okay, na? Mm. Less than or equals to 8. 8 minus 8 minus what next? Less than 4. Otherwise, less than or equals to 3. So left side 8, right side 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 matching. From 4 onwards, not matching. So 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, right. Next example right now. Write a query to fetch the last 3 rows. Mm. How to write this last 3 rows? Last 3 rows. In my table, how many rows? 14. Last 3 rows, what it was come? 14, 13, 12. 12, 13, 14 rows I want to pick. Less than or equals to 14. Less than or equals to 11. Okay, na? So 1 to 14, 1 to 11. So 11, 11 common, which is not common. 12, 13, 14. Okay, na? But suppose I don't know number of rows in my table. Suppose if you go to interview person is asking to you, okay, na? Last 3 rows fetch out. But in my table, how many number of rows are there? I don't know. 10 rows are, 50 rows are, 100 are, 1 lakh are, 2 lakhs are, 5 lakhs, I don't know. But how many rows are there? Last 3 rows I wanted. Then how to prepare logic? Hmm? Max, Max of row number. Hmm. Select star from EMP where row num is equals to max of row num. Proof function is not working under where class. How to write? Okay, general condition is what now? N number of rows. You need last 3 rows. It means n minus 3. This is actually formula. Based on this formula, how to write query? Now check now. Left side query, n number of rows. Right side query, n minus 3. Implement in query level. How to find out n value? If you know n value, then automatically n minus 3 we can easily find out. So find out first n value. Count star. Select count of star. Count of star from EMP. 14 means 14. 100 means 100. 5 lakhs means 5 lakhs. Left query, okay. Right, n minus 3. Count star minus 3. That's it. Got it? Now, this is individually written. Now use minus operator. Select count star employee. That's it. Minus select count of star minus 3 from EMP. $14 will comes to you. Now we can see here left side query what it was written, all rows. All rows means, can I write like this here? Select a star from EMP. Yes or no? Then I got all rows. Suppose in my table 100 rows are there. 100 rows displayed. 200 rows. 1 lakh to 5 lakhs displayed. That means this query meaningful is what? This query meaning is what? Entire table rows are displaying. Okay. Okay. This is left side. What next? Minus. Right side. Right side, what I want to do? Select a star from EMP because details I want it. But all rows are again, that means 14 minus 14, 0 will come. But I have to give what now? Condition. What is my condition? Where row num is equals to 11, actually. Yes or no? But 11, how you find out 11? Count of star minus 3. So that means row num is equals to, in place of 11, can I use a subquery? Count of star minus 3 from EMP table. Okay. Suppose your table, as per this table, left query execute, how much returns? 14 rows. Right query executed. Here 14 minus 3. 14 minus 3 means what it comes? 11. So 14 minus 11, remaining what? Remaining what? 12, 13, 14. Okay, na? Got it? Ah. So remaining 12, 13, 14 will display. Suppose your table is having 50 rows. Then left to query returns 50 rows. Here 50 minus 3. 50 minus 3 means how much it will come? 47. Then 50 minus 47. Last three rows will come. 48, 49, 50. Suppose your table is having 100 rows. Then your logic is what now? 100 minus 3. That means how much here? 97. 100 minus 97, how much? Last three rows. 98, 99, 100. So this is interview question actually. One student was faced this question. How to pick last two rows, last three rows, last five rows. Okay, but I don't know how many number of rows are there in the table. So at the time, this logic will be useful to you. Okay. Hmm. So now you can see what happened. Total come out. Yeah. Why, sir? What is the problem? Here I'm not using what? Less. Equal operator not supported now. Hmm. So now the last three rows. Who is this last three rows in my table? Check it out. Who is the last three rows? James, Fraud, and Miller. So James, Fraud, and Miller. These are the last three rows information we got. Right? If I want to ask you last row, huh? Last row, count minus three of. Count minus one, last row. Last two rows, count minus two. Last five rows, right. Okay, right. Next example, right now. Write a query to fetch top five rows from EMP table by using row num. Okay. How to write this? Huh? Simple. Less than or equals to 5. Select a star from EMP where row num less than or equals to 5. That's it. Then top 5 rows, you got it. Okay. So top n rows are directly we are fetching, but top nth row, sorry, nth row if you want to fetch now means we are using minus.
Mm.
So this is what now row num and row ID. These are the two pseudo columns. How it was working. You understand now? Uh, so based on this information, we will go to check our next type of what is this inline. So single row, multiple column. We completed. Now we can take inline view right now. So this is very important for your interviews. Inline view. Okay. Inline view, sir, first definition understand. When we called my query is a inline view query. Okay. For example, we all of you know select a star from table name. This is a normal select statement. Yes or no? Ah. So here what it was tell us in this query, which table name are you passing here? Okay. From the table, your query will retrieve all columns of information because your star is nothing but all columns. Suppose if table name, if I'm giving here EMP, then what happened? All columns data of EMP table retrieve. Suppose if I'm giving DEPT, then all columns of data retrieving from DEPT table. Okay. Next, if I give it, for example, student, then what happened? All columns of data from student table retrieve. So which table name are you passing from the table complete data fetched? This is a normal selector query. Okay, na? But now inline view subqueries how to define means now in place of this table name, I am writing what now? Subquery. I'm writing what now? Subquery in place of table. So here no need to pass table name. In place of table name, I'm passing subquery statement. So whenever you pass subquery statement in place of table name, then we called as a inline view. Simple definition. Understand? Na? Ah. So this is what we called. Otherwise, even you can say providing which query? Select query, providing select query in place of table name. Even though we called as what now? Inline view. This is definition. Okay. Or select query or subquery. Both meanings are same. Okay, na? Right. So definition what now? Providing a subquery or or a select command or a select query in place of table name in place of table name in select statement in select statement is known as inline view subquery or inline view statement. Otherwise, one more definition you can give, providing a subquery or a select query under under from clause under from clause is also called as inline view subquery or statement. So providing a subquery or a select query under which class? From. This is from now. From under from class. If you pass like this, still even we called a inline view. Okay. Now syntax right down below. Now you can see. Sir, okay, definition we understand. But here how it will be representing by your oracle means select star from up to here, it representing as a outer query. It is a outer query, it will be considered. And inside of from class, what you written or in place of table name, what query you written, this query will be treated as a inner query. Write down. Take a comment, inner query. Okay. Now, inline view comes under non-correlated subquery category. Okay, na? Is a which type of subquery? Non-correlated. Non-correlated subqueries are executed first. Which query? Inner or outer? Inner. So that means this query first executed. Yes or no? So careful observe. Now, as per non-correlated mechanism, first inner query executed. So whatever we written here in place of table name, this query first execute and it return some result. It will give it some result. Okay, na? So inner query result, what it will give it us, this result will be work as a what? Table. Understand na? The result will work or will act as a table. Then after, okay, then after, what is outer query now? Now outer query. Select a star from what? Result of inner query. Suppose the result of inner query here. So this is. Understand my point now? Now you can say. So select outer query, careful observe. Select star from. From here, what it is? Result. So this is which result? Inner query result. So inner query result will be acting as a table. Understand? Na? Then finally, outer query retrieving data. This is retrieving now. Retrieving all columns of data from which one? From the inner query result. So inner query result will act as a table. From that table, data retrieving. So that means now tell me, inline view finally whatever the result was giving us, the result giving us from your original table, from your inner query table. From not original table. From not a original table. It was final output was retrieving and giving to users or giving to client, not from your original table. It giving data from the result of inner query table. The result of inner query. Okay, now this concept, careful observe this point. Okay, now write down next point. So otherwise you can write here. Here in inline view subquery, in inline view subquery, the result of inner query will act as an or will act as a table for outer query. So this point should be remembered. Table for table for outer query. Outer query. Okay, now? So this point should be carefully understand. If you understand this point, examples are very easy. Okay, right. This is definition of inline view and syntax internal works. Okay, but somebody is asking, sir, we have these many subqueries are there. Single row is there, multiple row is there, multiple column also there. But why especially the people introducing inline view? What is the reason to introduce inline view in our Oracle? Okay, na? If suppose tomorrow your interview person is asking, so when we have a single row subquery, when we have multiple row subqueries, when we have a multiple column subqueries are there. So when we have the three types of subqueries, when we have, then what is the need of a inline view? That means inline view was introducing means inline view operations, what it will do it, those operations, the above three subqueries are not performed. That is the mean of that. Okay, now suppose your requirement is okay, fulfill with a single row or fulfill with a multiple row or fulfill with a multiple column, then what is the need of this? No need now. Yes. So that means this subquery introducing means the behind of some reason is there. So what is the reason behind this to introducing inline view? Okay. The thing is what now? The above three subqueries, careful observe. The above three subqueries examples you can see as of now what we discuss, or if any practicing example you can check. Okay, now these three subquery mechanisms or levels. First thing is what now? I can't use a order by class. That's why in my all single row, multiple column, I never used a order by class statement. Order by, you know, na? Sorting purpose. So this order by clause, you cannot use under single row subqueries, multiple row subqueries, and multiple column subqueries. So this is not supported above three subqueries actually. Okay, na? Then how, sir? Then if I want to use this order by clause in subquery statements, then how it is possible means that should be implemented by using what? Inline view. So with the help of inline view only it is possible. Otherwise, you cannot use order by class under subqueries. So tomorrow your interview question, can I use order by clause under subquery? What do you say? No. First say no. Okay. Then later say, by the help of inline view, I can serve, but directly I cannot. So directly you cannot use, but I can use with the help of inline view. This is first reason. Inline view, why we want it. Okay. So why we want it in my requirements, or in my subquery requirement, order by class I want to implement. That kind of requirement will come to you in your work premises. Then immediately inline view use. Single row, multiple column, you can't use it. Only inline view. This is one reason. Second reason is what now? Did you see as of now we used column alias names? We applied column alias names, EID, X, salary, basic, yes or no? Salary into 12, annual. So gross, net, these kind of alias names are we created. Yes or no? But can you see anywhere from my starting to today class in entire syllabus as of now, before subqueries, joins, classes, operators, functions, whatever from starting to today, can you identify anywhere I'm using like this under where class condition I'm using alias name? So alias name is equals to some value. This condition I written anywhere? No, because column alias names are you can't use under where class. It is not supported actually. Under where class, as of now, you can revise your book with where class examples. We are using column names, row num, column name, row ID, column name, employee number, column name, salary, column, department number, e name. These are all our column names are we used. But any alias name I used? No. Because column alias names, sir, we can't use under where class. It's impossible. Okay. So this is not possible. Sir, if I want to use, okay, my column alias name, I want to use under where class conditions. Then how, sir? Okay. There also you can use what now? Inline. So, specially inline views are designed by people or introduced by people for how many reasons? Two reasons. One is using order by class in subqueries. Second one, using column alias names under where class. These are the two main reasons to introducing inline view. Right? No? So the question was why we need inline view. There are two reasons. There are two reasons to use a inline view. There are two reasons to use inline view in database. First one, generally subqueries are not allowed. Subqueries are not allowed to use a order by clause. To use order by clause. We'll stop. If we want to if we want to use order by clause in subquery statement, then we required then we need then we need inline view. Second reason, generally generally column alias names or column alias name is not allowed under where clause condition. Under where clause condition. Under where clause condition. If we want to if we want to column alias name, sir, column alias name is not allowed under where clause condition. If we want to use column alias name under where clause condition, then we use a inline view. Okay, right. And these are the need of inline view statement. Okay. On first case and second case, we will see some examples, but we will look at tomorrow. Okay, now? But tomorrow I will show you some examples. Okay, notes uploaded. Check once. Okay. Right. Yes. Thank you.